The Sound of a Voice by David Henry Hwang. David Henry Hwang was born in 1957 in Los Angeles, and he is a very famous playwright, screenwriter, television writer, librettist, and theater professor whose works have been seen on Broadway and other stages throughout the world. He is probably best known for his Tony Award-winning play, and Butterfly, which was produced in 1988 for the first time. However, in this video, I will focus on another of his plays of great relevance, The Sound of a Voice, which was produced for the first time a few years before, in 1983. Hwang's works explore the fluidity of identity, examining the immigrant experience from an Asian American perspective, and are an attempt to reaffirm the common humanity in all of us. Moreover, many critics have considered that he is one of the most intelligent and original voices in American theater nowadays. The Sound of a Voice is one act play divided into 9 scenes that was first produced at the New York Shakespeare Festival Public Theater in 1983 as a part of a double bill with another one-act play by Hwang, The House of Sleeping Beauties. The Sound of a Voice is a moving tragic story about the significance of life that takes place somewhere in Japan. Also, it usually leaves spectators astonished with its shocking end. With this play, the author wanted to show how contradictory human emotions can be sometimes with respect to love, and that humanity is common in all human beings. To do so, he created two lonely middle-aged characters and placed them in an isolated house. Moreover, he created a precise dialogue full of symbolism which made possible that all the emotions of the characters were expressed accurately in the short but intense space of one act. As the play opens, we find two characters interacting with each other. A man that is a Japanese samurai in his 50s, and a woman who is around the same age, living alone in the woods. Both of them confront many of their fears in this play. For example, the fear of growing old, of never finding love, of never being comforted by the intimacy of a long and trusted relationship, but foremost, the fear of silence, which both have in common the deeper fear of being alone. It is through the dialogues that the story develops and the intention of the author is revealed. On the one hand, the man is welcome to the woman's house. It is not mentioned why he is there, but he also avoids telling the woman his name, as he has an objective to fulfill, killing her. The reason for that is that she is believed to be a witch by the inhabitants of the nearest village, who want her death. Moreover, if he is successful, he will gain glory. However, as the days go by, the man slowly opens his heart to the woman and finally reveals his intentions to her. But before that happens, we see how, slowly, he changes from being just a visitor to becoming a companion, sharing moments and thoughts together. Unexpectedly, the situation changes when he feels humiliated by the woman's actions one day while he was practicing with his sword. Then, He decides that he is not able to stay any longer with her, nor killing her, breaking the woman's heart. He leaves. However, his emotions pull him back to her home. He returns too late, though, for the woman has committed suicide during his indecision. Immediately afterwards, the man tries to play the Japanese flute of the woman as she did for him in several occasions, maybe trying to feel as if she were next to him again alive. On the other hand, as the story develops, we get to know that the woman's name is Hanako, and that she is a self-sufficient woman who lives alone in a remote house in the forest. That's why she is believed to be a witch, among other reasons. From the beginning of the play, she expressed that she cannot help but feel lonely, and that the flowers that she is taking care of make her feel less lonely sometimes. In the first scene, this feeling of loneliness is emphasized when she repeats twice, "Guests are rare," implying that she is starving for human companionship, someone to care for, probably a man. Her love, however, is so strong and her abilities so advanced that she scares most men away. This is why, when the man appears, that she tries one last time to open her heart, to allow the man to see her as honestly as she can portray herself. However, the woman accidentally makes the man feel humiliated by her abilities and actions. Thus, the man decides to leave. Not being able to stand it, she hangs herself and dies. The audience see the catastrophic scene when the lights up and observe that there are petals strewn all around the room. A remarkable aspect of The Sound of a Voice is that it is a play full of symbolism. Of all of the symbols, sound is the most important. For example, the sound of the tea being poured in a cup, to which the man refers as soothing. The sound of water falling. One night the man sleeps at the foot of a waterfall. Even the sound of the man's voice. All these sounds, among others, are very important because they symbolize human voices and companionship. Thus, the author suggests that both characters find each other soothing and attractive. Moreover, these symbolic sounds serve to incorporate the main theme of the play, the need of love and intimacy. Another sound symbol is that of the shakuhachi, the Japanese flute that the woman plays in several occasions. It embodies the woman's true self and feelings. She is afraid that if she shows the man how she really is, she might scare him away. That's why she claims to be playing the flute for her own pleasure first. And then she asks the man if it is appropriate to play the flute for him every night. In other words, if it is fine having feelings for him and caring for him. The flowers symbolize human company, love, and care. In the play, the woman says that the flowers make her feel as she isn't completely alone. That is why we find significant the care that she gives the flowers. However, the man feels intimidated by the flowers as he states that he can hear the sound of men voices inside the flowers, moaning peacefully so, as if they have been entrapped. It is so because at the beginning of the play, he seems to believe that the woman is a witch who made visitor prisoners within the flowers. Nevertheless, he secretly takes one of the flowers as if he would like to have a part of the woman's love and care, but he is scared to become entrapped, to accept love. Finally, the stolen flower is shown to be dried, dead, serving as a foreshadowing of what is to come, the woman committing suicide. The last symbol is the stain on the floor that the woman is unable to remove in the scene number 5. She tells the man that it has been there since she moved in. Surprisingly, the man gets rid of it easily and states that they are a team. In short, the stain symbolizes the sadness that the woman has felt all this time when she was alone, and the process of removal is like a process of healing. It is very symbolic, as if the man was to be there to heal her heart, never leaving her alone. Being alone with nobody to share life with is like being dead inside. All humans need each other, and receiving love from someone else is the most valuable treasure we can have. Therefore, something we've learned from this play is that we shouldn't let anything stop us from accepting true love into our lives. We must follow our heart.